how to build an altar to the Orisha that rules your head. Now, this particular topic has been deemed controversial. The reason being is that we have allowed ourselves to internalize an Abrahamic way of viewing the universe. We have allowed ourselves to believe that the foreign doctrines that were forced upon our ancestors are somehow true for us. And I say that because let us go back to the beginning. Imagine yourself as the element of moisture in the universe. You are the element of moisture. Nothing in life can exist without you. And you move and you shape and you form planets and asteroids and moons, right? As moisture. This is what you do. You're aware of moving and shaping and forming planets. One of these planets that you form, people who live on it call it Earth. Some people who live on it call it Onile, right? But this is a planet that you formed as the element of moisture. As the element of moisture, part of you forms a river that the people in that area call the Oshun River. Oshun meaning source, right? Recognizing that the element of moisture is necessary for life, and therefore recognizing it as source and calling it Oshun in their language, which means source. These people who recognize you, they give offerings to you. They love you. They speak to you. They dance for you. They have festivals for you. They worship you. They supplicate you. They magnify you. They name their children for you. They bathe their children in you. You are the element of moisture. They bathe themselves and their children in you. Every time they cook, they acknowledge that they use you. Every time they bathe, they acknowledge that they use you. When it rains, they say showers of blessings and they give thanks for your banks filling and sometimes overflowing. You are the center of their life as the element of moisture. You are aware, you are listening, you are participating with the worship that these people give you. At some point, life being what it is, calamity happens, chaos occurs, and this group of people is forcibly taken from one place where you were to another place. Now, here, you are still the element of moisture, but the people in this place call you the Chattahoochee. The people on these shores call you Rio. The people on these shores have all sorts of beautiful names for you, but you are still the element of moisture. The priests that worshiped you when you were in the Oshun River, the priests that worshiped you as the Oshun River, have now been taken to these other places. And other people who worshiped you, who were not priests and priestesses, have been taken to these other places. You are essential for their life. And so when they see you flowing as the Chattahoochee, they give praise and honor to the part of Oshun that they recognize in the Chattahoochee. The Chattahoochee is a different aspect of the element of moisture, but we recognize a part of Oshun in it. In this place, it's not possible to be initiated in the way that they were by the banks of the Oshun River. In this place, it's not possible to worship you and to supplicate you in the way that they were able to by the banks of the Oshun River. And so they create new ways, along with the people that are here. They create new ways to worship you. They create new ways to supplicate you. And you feel honored. And you continue to feel loved. So, that is what the Orisha are. And when someone tells you, as a diasporic African, that you are not allowed to build an altar to the element of moisture because you are not initiated, what they are saying to you is that the element of moisture herself, who your ancestors have revered for millennia, is angry with her child for paying homage to her. Does that make sense? When you think about who the Orisha are, does that make sense? The only way that that belief makes sense is if you have syncretized or Oshun with a Middle Eastern deity. Now, Middle Eastern deities, they are about smiting people. That is what they do. They smite people. They are jealous and they are very frequently angry. That is the character of Middle Eastern deities according to their mythology. And so when you syncretize or Oshun with this Middle Eastern deity, then your mind begins to believe that if you are unable, due to no fault of your own, to worship her in the way that we created to worship her by the banks of the Oshun River, she is then going to do you harm. That is not an African belief. That is not a diasporic African belief. That is an Abrahamic belief. You are giving Oshun the character of a Middle Eastern deity. You are giving the Orisha the character of Middle Eastern deities. And the Orisha are not from the Middle East. The Orisha are from West and Central Africa. So we do them and ourselves a disservice when we pretend and lie and tell people that they are going to react like Yahweh or El Shaddai or Jehovah or Allah. They ain't none of these. Those are the reactions of those deities. I cannot speak on the relationship that Middle Eastern people have with their deities because I'm not Middle Eastern. So how they have to interact with their deities is their own thing. And it ain't got shit to do with how I got to react with mine, with how I'm supposed to interact with mine. They ain't got shit to do with that. Oshun's main purpose in the universe is not to go around smiting people. That's not what she do. That don't do it for her. That's not her jam, right? That is the jam of El Shaddai and Jehovah and Yahweh and Allah. They love smiting people, their own children. They love that. I don't understand it, but why would I understand it? It's not my mythology. It makes sense to Middle Eastern people. And so I need them to take that and run with it. But us, as diasporic Africans, stop putting the character of those deities on our deities. Stop lying to people and making people believe that our deities react and interact with us and to us in the way that Jehovah reacts and interacts with his children. Because it's not the same. It's not the same. And it is ancestral treason to pretend that it is the same and to deceive people and have people out here afraid to pay homage to their mother, to pay homage to their father. All right, that's my piece on that.